Morgan Donovan. And then the fifth starter on the floor right now is Ellie Greiner. This is Donovan with the basketball to Greiner. And back to Donovan. Chicago with a 1-point lead. Nordstrom, right baseline drive, cut off nicely by Mummy. Donovan spots up three, top of the key, misses it short. And fighting for that rebound and coming up with it is Claire Devaney.
That was pretty obviously the way they drew that up in the locker room as to how to break that inside, outside pass. Good trail pass to open up an outside shot.
McCoy tied up Ely, but Ely got a pass off to Devaney, and Claire laid it up and in. She's got 7. Aaron Reynolds, who played most of that first half with 3 fouls, back on the floor for Case. Try to work it inside to Orcutt along that left block. She'll kick it off to Mummy. And Laura's short. Long rebound, though, comes off to Reynolds. Reynolds kicks it back out to Germer. They'll reset everything. Orcutt missed it left. Here comes Chicago. Maroons, Ely with a long pass down the floor to Nordstrom. Ball fake, and she traveled with the basketball. She spiked the ball into the ground, and a whistle, and the official's going to let her know about it. Technical foul?
Just a warning.
Just a warning.
Yeah, she I don't think she meant to do it, but she was just given a warning. She kind of pounded the ball on the hard court in frustration, and instead of having it pop right back up into her hands, it sort of went behind her and away from the official, who was probably kind in giving her a warning.
McCoy steps back just inside the three-point line, missed it, it rolled around. Down the floor, it's Nordstrom. Quickly down the floor to Greiner. Ellie Greiner's got 12. This is Germer tied up with Donovan. Case swings it to Orcutt. Chicago swarms at you defensively.
They sure do, and that's been Germer's kind of her kryptonite.
McCoy got picked by Ely, and Ely's going to get called for a foul. It's the second foul on Maggie Ely. Germer quickly to McCoy, wide open for a 3. Rolled around and won't drop. Down the floor, here comes Chicago. Devaney all the way off the glass, and it's good. Well, I think we pointed out in that first half, it was the type of flow that Chicago wanted as Mummy scores inside, to be quick up and down the floor, and it was exactly not what Case wanted.
Right, and then they kind of got away from that over the last maybe 8 minutes of the first half. Then all of a sudden now Chicago's playing more at their pace.
And if they can shoot like that over the zone, that'll be a problem.
Yep. Well, you don't want to let them get back in their, in their comfort zone.
Orcutt works hard along that left baseline, pushed out of bounds. Fouls on Nordstrom.
And a look of frustration on the freshman from Scottsdale's face, because she kind of felt like she shuffled her feet with her, and that Orcutt tripped over maybe her shoe. But Nordstrom was whistled with the foul.
Brooke Orcutt with a nice move off the inbound. Created an open shot for herself, and she knocked it down. Orcutt's got 10.
We've seen a lot of maturity from her today. She's been efficient with her good opportunities inside the paint. She's been really smart.
This is Nordstrom. That's Womack for 3. In and out, and then back in. Lob pass, Reynolds lost it, but then Claire Devaney lost it out of bounds for Chicago. Boy, twice now. Case scores down here, goes up and gives a 3 up down there.
Too many of those, and that'll be a dagger that's going to be awfully deep.
Off an inbound. Nice roll with a left-hand hook by Mummy. She missed it. Chicago's going to get the ball. Anderson is checked into the game now for Chicago. Stephanie Anderson, a freshman out of St. Louis. She's number 13. This is Womack with it to Donovan, all the way across the floor. This is Anderson. 3 in the air. Ellie Griner does it again.
You wonder how much longer Case can go here without calling a timeout to try to disrupt the rhythm a little bit of the Maroons, because they are really starting to feel it from the outside. They've hit 5 of 12 threes now.
Ellie Griner with 16 points.
Good second chance effort there after Erin Reynolds originally lost the ball. Kind of bounced right back into her hands, and she laid it in.
Stepping up was Jessica McCoy into that passing lane. Ball still loose. Orcutt kicks it forward to the freshman. McCoy against Griner, missed it, got her own rebound, and traveled with the basketball. Ellie Griner had made 12 three-pointers coming into today, and she has made 3 in the second half. So 12 in the first 15 games, and she's got 3 in the first 5 minutes of the second half. That's Ely for 3. Mummy with a good rebound. Down the floor, that's Orcutt, left baseline. Got it.
Well, Brooks going to continue to hit those if she gets open looks, and she's going to have to, because if not, Case is going to fall behind here quickly. Chicago went on a nice little run there, and more often that Case could keep this a single-digit lead, the better.
Donovan missed it, but Ely got the follow. Maggie Ely has 5, leads back to 10 with 14:26 left to play. Case won their first game in conference play, knocking off Carnegie Mellon 2 weeks ago, as Orcutt shoots a 3. Brooke Orcutt's got 15. And since that time, they've lost 3 in a row. Chicago's 2-2 in conference play, including a big win, 88-69 in Pittsburgh on Friday night against Carnegie Mellon. That's a 3, long 3, top of the key, missed it long. Anderson comes up with the loose ball, gets her own rebound, left hand up and in. Stephanie Anderson with her first basket of the afternoon.
Orcutt's got 5 rebounds too. She's been very active on the defensive glass. I don't expect she'll come out of the game for most of the second half as long as Case is down.
This is Reynolds with the basketball. She loses it. Ball's knocked out of bounds. You know, you mentioned Brooke Orcutt not coming out of the game. She has played the most minutes out of anybody on this basketball team. There's 40 minutes in a college basketball game. She averages 32 minutes per game. She's played the most minutes by more than 51 minutes over anybody else, her closest competitor. Orcutt's got 17. This is Ely on the drive. Got hit by Reynolds on the way, missed the shot, and Aaron got the rebound. Germer into Mooney. Julie with a turnaround shot, missed it short. Reynolds fights for the rebound, ball's loose on the floor. Aaron surrounded by 3 Maroons. Jen Reimer got a timeout before Chicago tied it up, so they'll stay with the possession. Case is down 6. 7 minutes and 5 seconds gone in the second half. You see the score and the time. We'll be back.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
We are back here at Horsburgh Gymnasium. Some of the fans enjoying this women's basketball game here today. Case looking the inbound. Germer gets it into Orcutt, dangerously close to that 5-second count. This is Orcutt with a ball fake. She's going to go all the way off the glass, almost made it. Nordstrom with the rebound. Donovan down the floor to Womack. Womack's going to hand it off to Ely, and here comes Chicago.
Well, we talked about Case lacking leadership early in the game. I think Orcutt stepped up and filled that role.
She really has. Well, we knew she would. It's a shock for her to have her teammate not out there too. You know, it's an adjustment for everybody, not only Barrett Eppard, but the rest of the team. That's a nice turnaround shot, soft shot by Allie Shaw. We have not seen that. She's got two, trouble in the backcourt. Donovan and Ely steal it from Germer. And Chicago wanted the timeout. So Carissa Kanucky calls a timeout after her Maroons steal the basketball from Case. Case down 55-46. We'll take a break too.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Quickly back on the floor out of that timeout, Chicago. This is Donovan with it, draws the defense, kicks it off. Shot was missed, and Reynolds comes down with it.
One too many passes for Chicago that possession. Had an open three-point attempt on the right wing for Donovan, and she passed it up.
Donovan all over Germer, and Morgan Donovan is going to get called for the foul. It is her first. Jess McCoy will check back into the game. She'll replace Julie Mooney. We've got Laura Mummy on the floor along with Germer, Orcutt, McCoy, and Chelsea Steen. Steen will inbound it. Looking for Mummy, and she finds her and gives it right back to Steen. This is Steen, dribbles into a double team. Shot was blocked. Good control that time by Nordstrom. Not only did she block the shot, but she gathered it afterwards and has dribbled it down the floor. This is Nordstrom, kicks it in the corner. Three in the air, missed. Rebound Chicago. Ely for three.
You start to feel that maybe this Chicago team is really getting some confidence as this game's going on. They're shooting the ball confidently. Just about everybody who shot it from around the arc, they're keeping their feet underneath them. Good release point on the shot. Good, crisp, quick passes, Ron. This Maroons team is kind of hitting a little bit of a stride and trying to pull away. Case is going to have to find some way to stay back in this game before they fall too far back. Down 12 now. About 11 minutes to go.
This is Germer off the inbound. Back to Orcutt with Nordstrom on her. McCoy, the freshman, with a ball fake. Dribbles in, soft shot, missed it short. Orcutt got the rebound. McCoy tried to get it into Mummy that time, and it was a forced pass.
Case has done that a couple times down the floor now, kind of decided what they were going to do with the ball before they read the defense rather than reacting to what they've seen.
Long three up in the air, missed. Chicago stole the basketball back from Chelsea Steen, and then the Spartans fouled. Foul's going to go against Jessica McCoy. That will be her third. Maggie Ely will go to the foul line. Ely's 3 of 3 from the foul line this afternoon. She's got 8 points. Aaron Reynolds will check in. Laura Mummy will take a seat. Mummy's out with 12 points. Reynolds checks in. She's got 4. This is the largest deficit of the game for Case. They're down 13 at 59-46. They were down 28-16 with 8 minutes left in the opening half, and then they went on that 17-4 run to close it and be down only 1 at halftime.
Well, that's not really Germer's best look. I know she was open, but I think she probably could have taken another step in. She's not a great shooter from long distance. She's okay from middle distance.
Anderson with a miss. McCoy, ball's kicked around off of Case. Yep, went off Aaron Reynolds' foot. Chicago's going to get it back. Rachel Beatty has checked in for Chelsea Steen.
And you almost wonder right now if that move is a similar philosophy to midway through the first half when Jennifer Reimer put her back in the ball game and said, hey, I need you to be my vocal leader. And that sort of started to move things in the right direction. She can't afford to fall further behind than 15 points, 9:35 left.
And that's where they're at. Orcutt traveled with the basketball. Paige Womack off the bench. She'll replace Britta Nordstrom. Nordstrom's out with 6 points. Womack checks in. She's got 5, including a 3 early in the second half. This is Anderson bringing the ball up the floor for the Maroons.
Ellie Greiner with a team-high 16. Brooke Orcutt, a game-high 17 points in 30 minutes for Case.
Good ball movement. Womack along the baseline. Orcutt, active hands. Chicago will keep it.
Haven't seen much of Laura Mummy in the scoring book, at least in the second half. She was pretty active in the first half, but hasn't quite found a rhythm in the second half here.
Mummy had 10 points in that opening half, has scored only 2 here in the second half. That's a wild rebound, great body control by Claire Devaney, and she's got 11.
Those are the kinds of shots around that when they go down, you just wonder if it's not your day.
Germer to Reynolds. Reynolds tried to get it along that baseline to Jess McCoy, and Paige Womack was standing right there. Beautiful look inside, and that was too easy for Claire Devaney. She's got 13. Case is down 19. It's the largest deficit of the afternoon.
Well, we knew the Chicago team could score. Holy smokes. Orcutt with a deep 3. We knew the Chicago team could score. You said it in the outset of the game, averaging 90 points a game their last 3. I don't think they're going to quite get to that level today unless they really score at a blistering rate here for the rest of the day, but the offense wasn't quite there the way they usually have it in the first half. They're hitting stride now.
Working that perimeter. Anderson for 3, missed it long, but Ely, when you shoot those long shots, Brendan, a lot of times that happens. When you miss, those balls kick way out.
And that's been the frustrating part in the first half when Case couldn't get a lot of those closer rebounds. They were giving up a lot of those longer offensive rebounds, but they had some of the other softer, shorter ones that didn't go their way.
Germer tried to force it into Orcutt. Orcutt with good vision to Rachel Beatty, and Rachel was fouled as she went to the basket. Rachel Beatty played a strong game on Friday night against Wash U. She was tasked with having to play inside against that just huge Washington University team. Not only are they big, but they're strong and they're quick. I mean, they're the entire package. And Rachel, I thought, really played well for Case off the bench. Played a lot of minutes.
Well, there's a lot of people that think that Wash U, certainly along with their number 2 national ranking, they're one of the teams that people around the country really feel could give DePauw a run for their money. For so long, DePauw was receiving all 25 votes for the first place in the D3Hoops.com poll.
Well, DePauw's defending national champs.
They are.
And the only loss for WashU this year is to DePauw.
Yep.
I think it was the 4th game of the season. And you've got to believe that you may see that matchup again somewhere late in the season. Baseline cut that time by Devaney.
In fact, DePauw still does have all top 25, or rather have all 25 of the votes. That loss to DePauw was back on December 1st, 74-62 at DePauw, so a good game. And since then, WashU has played very well, and they currently lead Carnegie Mellon 47-41 midway through the second half.
Beatty missed the shot. Here comes Chicago the other way. It's Donovan with the basketball. Well, there are 2 teams in the University Athletic Association that are ranked in the top 10 in the country in Division III. WashU at number 2. And then Emory went into this week, I believe, ranked 7th.
Now, Emory's had an outstanding season, 14-1 on the year, and their only loss came just in their last ball game at NYU. They dropped that one 77-71. And Emory did come in ranked 7th in the country, up 2 spots from 9th.
That's Devaney with a free throw. She's got 14 points.
Emory up 46-39 midway through the second half at Brandeis here this afternoon.
Brandeis will be here next Friday night. Game 1 on Throwback Weekend. The women will wear the gold of Mather College. And Orcutt threw it away. McCoy was going inside. Brooke thought she was cutting back out. And the Spartans are down 16 with 6:32 to play. Morgan Donovan will bring it up. 2 players on the Chicago roster from Cincinnati Ursuline. Donovan, along with Ellie Griner, both of them juniors. High school together and now college. Ball's going to come back to Case.
Pretty sure a quick glance around the national scoreboard here, I think the only other game in conference today is Rochester at NYU. That game is just about to tip off at New York University.
NYU will be here on Sunday, a week from today. And last weekend on Friday, Case was in Rochester. Both the men and the women lost heartbreakers. Laura Mummy with a nice strong move inside, but better defense by Chicago. I believe Allie Shaw got a hand on that one for a block of Mummy's shot. This is Donovan with the basketball. Now it's Nordstrom with a ball fake left, dribbles right, draws the defense. Shaw with a turnaround shot, and it drops. Rachel Beatty. Beatty has 4.
Well, she got in some open space there and found a pretty easy look at the basket. Sometimes those are more mental than anything else. You just got to want to knock it down.
Nordstrom with a long 3. The miss comes out to Brooke Orcutt. Orcutt steps up and was fouled by Nordstrom.
Orcutt's having a really nice game here this afternoon.
And Britta Nordstrom does not think she has ever committed a foul. It's been fun watching her facial expressions. She's got 3 fouls, the freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Orcutt with 20 points and 7 rebounds in her 35 minutes, trying to add to it, and she will.
Brooks' family is here from Colorado. They try to make it to Case a couple of weekends of every basketball season.
They must feel right at home with the winter weather we've got outside here.
Yeah, the only thing we're missing are the Rocky Mountains.
I feel like it's probably a silly question, but I wonder if Brooke is a Denver Broncos fan.
Well, they are. Her stepfather was telling me that 2 weeks ago they had the Broncos championship game on one monitor, and this game,
and
the Case game,
the
on
Case
the
game
other.
on the other. There you go.
Because they were back in Denver watching their Broncos, but also watching their daughter play. Orcutt again. Nice follow by Mummy.
Orcutt offensively with 22 points in this one. She's got a career high twice this season of 23. We'll see. The ball goes right back to Stephanie Anderson on the ground. We'll see. Well, final 4:19. I think Orcutt has a fairly good chance to put at least another point or two on the board. Speaking of the Denver Broncos, you got a Super Bowl pick, Ron? Putting you on the spot.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm rooting for a glorious end to a wonderful career for Peyton Manning. I think it would be great for football if he wins and retires. And
yeah. No, I hear you. I think it's going to be a really good game, but it'll be interesting to see how the weather's provided.
Fouls on Mummy. Set a hard screen, led with an elbow. Just about 4 minutes to play. Case is down 72-57. And checking into the game for Chicago is Christiane Murray. Murray, a 6'2" senior out of Fairfax, Virginia. She went to Woodson High School. This is Mooney on the break. Kicks it to Orcutt. There's a three in the air. It's short. Ball's loose. Womack comes up with it. They're going to hand it off to Donovan, and Morgan will bring it up and set the offense for Chicago. This is Anderson, ball above her head. Now it's Murray. Back to Donovan. 10 seconds to shoot. Anderson with a spin. Gonna put it up. Shot was blocked by Mummy and Mooney. She was double teamed and both of them got a hand on it.
And on one level, it's almost hard to figure out the difference in this ball game. Both teams shooting right around the same percentage. In fact, Case is actually, by the percentage, outshooting Chicago. But the Maroons have launched an additional 14 shots and made 5 more of them. Chicago's had 4 more three-pointers as Orcutt tried to put one of her own in. A few too many turnovers for Case as well. 18 in the ball game for a team that averages right that number all season long, 18 a night.
Germer picked up the foul, working against Stephanie Anderson as she had the basketball.
I will say this, though. Anytime a team can knock down all 10 of their free throws, that will make a coach happy. Case has done their job from the line tonight.
When you look at all the three-point shooting that Chicago has done this afternoon, they have hit, coming into today's game, 101 three-pointers. As Mooney misses underneath, but she was fouled. So how does that relate? Well, their opponents have only hit 64. Chicago's hit 101. Case has hit 63. So they're clearly well above the average of other teams in the University Athletic Association, and they've been very good at it this afternoon.
Especially in the second half, knocking down 7 of 23 in the ball game, but in the first half, only 2 of 8. So they've been much more prone to launch them from distance here in the second half. It's helped them build this 14-point edge.
Mooney's second free throw draws Case to within 13. They are running out of time, though. We're approaching 2.5 minutes left in this basketball game. Case trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Donovan on the drive, draws the defense, kicks it out, 3 in the air, and it's good. Paige Womack hit it. She's got 2 in the second half. Orcutt for 3.
It's a new career high for Brooke Orcutt, 25 points. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be in an effort that falls a little short. Unless Case can really string something together here with 2 minutes to go, this one might be a foregone conclusion.
Anderson, far corner, another three. Wow.
Well, they've hit them when they count. Might be worth 3 points all game long, but it seems like it's so much more meaningful late in the game, doesn't it?
Germer gets a screen clear out from Orcutt and hits the shot. Amanda's got 7, her first basket of the second half. Inside a minute and a half, Case is down 16, or 12 rather, 14. I knew I'd get right if I kept going. Jessica McCoy will check in along with Mary McLeod. McLeod checks in for Chicago, McCoy for Case. Mary McLeod, a junior guard from San Francisco. This is Anderson. Murray along the baseline, shot was missed, and McCoy comes down with a rebound. Orcutt with a 3 in the air, missed it long, and the rebound falls Chicago's way, Kate Cassidy. Inside a minute. Chicago trying to improve to 9-7 on the season. They won only 7 games a year ago. Stepping out of bounds, Case will get it back. They played 25, won only 7. Looks like they're going to win number 9 today in their first 16 games. So it's been a nice turnaround for Carissa Kanucky and her Chicago Maroons. There's that hand call again.
You think by probably 15 or 16 games into the season you would pick up on that as a defensive player, but certainly maybe sometimes it's unintentional as well. But that's a new rule in college basketball this season.
Brooke Orcutt adds to her career high total. She's got 26.
Good pressure by Case here in the backcourt. Results in a foul, but almost forced a turnover.
Well, Case had 2 fouls to give, actually 1 to give. The second one will put Chicago in the bonus. Chelsea Steen has checked in for Jessica McCoy. So it's Steen and Mooney, Mummy, Orcutt, and Germer on the floor right now for Case. This is Anderson with the basketball for Chicago.
Nice move with that left-handed scoop shot through the lane, and boy, Chicago's just wanted it more down the stretch today. They have capitalized on darn near every opportunity.
That was Mary McLeod with the rebound. She's also one that scored on that nice drive, and we're going to hit the 0 right now. Final. 80-66, Chicago over Case.